I would like now to call to the microphone Bruce Kushnick, Chairman of Teletruth.
Thank you very much for inviting me today. My name is Bruce Kushnick. I'm the Chairman of Teletruth, which is a nationwide independent customer alliance dedicated to telecom and broadband issues. And I'm also the Executive Director of New Networks Institute, a market research and analysis company. I've been born and bred in Brooklyn and currently live in Bay Ridge. Thank you very much. Teletruth believes in affordable broadband, and internet services are essential to New York City's economy. I assume everybody in the room would agree. And how do we make ubiquitous broadband affordable? I'd like to focus on this issue. We believe New York City should get back the $5 to $6 billion that Verizon owes, with a $10 to $12 billion statewide. New York City was #1 in the internet in 1995, and now America is 15th in broadband. And we're all sitting here wondering why. The answer is very simple. Verizon has overcharged customers in multiple ways and has failed to deploy fiber optic broadband after receiving massive financial incentives. Through bad deregulatory policies, the PSTN, that's the Public Switched Telephone Networks, has the utility, which is supposed to deliver on telecom and broadband services ubiquitously, competitively, and affordable, has basically been hijacked by Verizon and the other companies. I am ashamed when I hear that there is no DSL in certain parts of New York. This is outrageous. You guys should be standing up there and screaming, saying, why aren't we doing this? But let me continue. This has caused net neutrality issues, cable franchising issues, the digital divide, not to mention major overcharging of customers and direct harms in New York City. Verizon and AT&T claim they own the pipes and that they basically should be receiving the benefits of utility. We believe get the money back and get rid of the excessive perks that they've gotten. In our original statement to the New York City Council, we made many of these issues and documented them. There has been no investigations of our claims. We are hoping it's 5 years later. Nothing has changed. We're hoping that you guys get off your collective butts and let's get going. Let me show you some things that we need to show you. First, here's a page which I gave you guys. It says fiber to the curb. This is from the 1993 annual report by Verizon. On the next, 1993. 1993. Thank you very much. Next page. This is all up on the web, by the way, at www.teletruth.org. Next page. Verizon claimed they would have 1.5 to 2 million households wired by the year 1996. Here's a report that was by the New York State Public Service Commission about fiber to the home. By the year 2000, Verizon should have had 16% of the state wired and 24% of the feeders. Maryland, just so we show that this is collusion of multiple states, Maryland was supposed to have 100% finished by the year 2010 of fiber to the home. New Jersey was supposed to have 100% wired of fiber to the home. And here's the definition of broadband in 1992 from Verizon New Jersey's PAR 1. Definition: switching capabilities of 45,000 bits per second, 45 million bits per second, i.e. 45 megabits per second was the speed of broadband in the year 1992. It had nothing to do with DSL, which was a bait and switch. In fact, Bell Atlantic said in 1993 that it would have 8.75 million households already wired by the year 2000 and spend $11 billion.
Mr. Kushnick, we're at the 3-minute mark, so if you could wrap, please. Great.
Prices have gone up, which I show here. I'm sorry that the Oats people left. There's been a 426% increase in services. The price of AT&T and MCI are currently harvesting customers. We outline in the rest of this document basically a series of audits that we believe are essential, including cross-subsidization, including missing equipment that's been added to phone rates, including a chart which showed $634 million added to rates. I'd like to continue on this path, but obviously I don't have time. Let's ask some questions.
Questions for Mr. Kushnick?
I stunned them, huh? So now it's time for you guys to do something. I am calling for major investigations here. I am saying that basically the equipment in the network is missing that's been charged to rates. I am claiming cross-subsidization has occurred, that the state basically is paying for that DSL and long distance and wireless has been added to local phone rates, and that essentially all of these people who were from Oats, who are paying high rates and had increases of 426%, should basically that you guys should challenge the rates of Verizon currently because they haven't deployed their fiber as promised.
Thank you, Mr. Kushnick.